Fun one. Well, at least if it's gonna plug, it'll be right there every time. That's great. Okay. Undo this.
You got in the line right now. You worry?
Yeah. I'm about to turn that down so I can actually hear.
How much? Will a bucket do?
Half a bucket.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Please ignore the music. One of the rare situations where I disagree with putting the rubbers inside out. There's so much pressure on it. If we lose any water, it'll be not ideal. That's a dirty end hose. Try now. Clean your hose ends, gentlemen. Okay. What did we put the bentonite in?
We have not put it in yet.
Okay. What's inside? Okay. The bentonite? Yeah. Forgot something. Okay. I'll only use like half of this. We don't even need it all. Bentonite in. Good. Okay. All right, we're good.
Nice and easy. We're going to get it through the lines and then we'll hook the airline.
Yep.
The air up.
Safety straps are only when I'm hanging stuff, so that's just not applicable in this situation. So, okay, so in pumping this stuff, we're gonna go full RPM, wind it right out, and we're gonna go super slow volume. Basically as slow as the pump can go without ceasing pumping action completely. So about a 1 on the dial on this pump. Okay, here it comes. All right, we got movement. Here it comes. Nice and slow.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay. Oh. Here it comes. I can't come in the building because my remote will cut out. Figured that. Guess I'll just have to stand back. I really wanted to catch that prime action too. Okay, try this again. Thomas, just let me know when we're through.
Yeah, copy that. Going through now.
Beauty. Let me know when the bent night's through and when you want me to stop.
They're going right into pouring.
Okay, I turn the pump off if they want to throw their nozzle on. I'm ready to rock. Okay, so right now we're pushing about 40 bar pump pressure, pouring as slow as we can, which reads at 15 cubic meters per hour. It's probably like 10 meters an hour. This first hopper full is going to be much wetter because I had to cycle my prime water through. Once we get about 2 yards off, that pump pressure, this slump is probably going to jump up to about 65 bar. And our limit on this pump is 85 bar. We don't want to push that. We want to keep it around like 70-ish is kind of happy, where it's not too wet for the shotcrete guys, for the pool guys, but it's not too dry for us pump guys. So keep an eye on this. That's pretty much all that I do here for the rest of the day. I got my guy inside with the pump on, pump off, and I'm just monitoring the pressure, and I'll go back down to the pump in a little bit, and I'll just keep my eye on the slumps. Not a lot to it when things are going well. It's when they start to go south where it gets hectic in a hurry. So when we get down to like 2 meters, can we check where the next guy is, and then I'll just hold you until he gets here.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. It's about 3 meters in. Tightened up a little bit. It pumps so slow you'd almost think it's plugged, but it's not. So we're still fine. That can actually get a little bit drier. I'll probably pump off another quarter to a third of the load, and then we'll probably wet it up a little bit at that point. Sticky stuff. It's okay. I've got my bent night on there, remember? So here we are, we got about 3 cubic meters left on the truck, and it has dried up significantly. Little look here. So what we're going to do, because our next truck is still a ways away, I'm going to get him to fill my hopper right full, and while we're still pumping, I'm going to get him to slump this right up. We got some nice wet stuff in the system, and we'll probably just slow down and pour about a half a yard every 10 minutes till the next guy's here. Can you load me right up, just heap it right up, and then just slump it while I'm pumping it down? It's the beauty of pumping so slow. You can slump up, and we don't even have to stop the pump. Yeah, just frickin' heap her up. Pretty good blast. Now he's gonna load this up with water while we keep on pouring. I think I got enough concrete in this hopper. I can probably pump for about the next 2 minutes before it's empty. Gives him lots of time to add water, lots of time to mix. So that's just kind of how we cruise along here. This is exactly what we do. It negates having to do the start stop all day long. So check our pressure. we've slowed the pump down a little bit, which is why the pressure is lower. But pumping at the same speed that we were earlier would probably be at about 45 bar, maybe 50 bar. See what comes down the chute when he's all ready. Perfect. The perfect slump to be waiting on the next load with. We'll just pump off another probably cubic meter here and then we'll chill out for a bit. Alright, so we're down about 1.5 meters left in the mixer, so I'm going to pump my hopper down nice and low to minimize buildup around the perimeter of the hopper. And then we'll hang tight and we'll pump off a little bit of concrete here. Every 10 to 15 minutes we'll pump a little bit. Once I stop, I'll take a stick and I'll knock this stuff in. One more stroke here and then we'll pump off. That's good there. Pump off, Thomas, pump off. We're gonna hang tight now. So with this bentonite layer here, you may be tempted to rinse this stuff off. But don't. You gotta leave that intact all day long. Don't touch it with water. Once you rinse it off, it's gone. You've lost your layer. Just let it get ugly, and I'll show you at the end of the day what the benefit to leaving it be is. All right, so here we are, 15 minutes later. You see our pressure is spiking up quite a bit higher. That's just from the stuff sitting on the lines. Some nice wet stuff here we'll push through to displace the older mud. Slow it down. How's that? Just pump off about 1/2 cubic meter here and then we'll repeat the process. Yeah, have a look at it. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's try it out and I'll see what the pressure is hit and then we'll go from there. We'll give that a shot and if it spikes a little too much, we'll adjust it accordingly. All right, Thomas, pump on when you're ready. Engage maximum RPM. Very critical of this stuff. You want that full hydraulic flow. Pump on.
Not bad.
Yeah, I like that. It's good. Right where we want to be.
Compressor and air nozzle to spray it?
Yeah, the compressor's up top. Can you load me right up and then we'll give it about 5 or 10 gallons and just mix it as we keep pumping? Just give me a nice heaping, oh yeah, that's good actually. Beauty. Yeah, this stuff's dried up a little bit here. So same procedure, we just keep pumping while he's slumping. All right, Thomas, pump on, pump on. And that's pretty much how it's done. We'll just run around doing multiple lifts on the wall here. That's why we don't want it too wet. We want it dry enough that it'll stick, but not so dry that we have trouble pumping it. Go outside here and check on our boom. And we're good. When I was down there below, I was in radio contact with my helper, and we lift the boom up every half hour or so, as it will sag a little bit, sag and lift and whatnot. So anyhow, that's pretty much how the process is done. So we'll finish banging this out and we'll check back in a bit. Anyone who's never done that before, running the nozzle, that is like grueling, extremely hard work doing that all day. Hanging that hose over your shoulder for hours on end. Roger that. Half a meter to finish, so whatever's going in the pump from now on won't even go into the pool. So just dope it right up. Yeah, this is the part where it gets slow, where they gotta scrape everything down and
Back up?
yeah. So yeah, we don't need much more than another hopper full or two to actually finish out the area. 2 hoppers means that concrete that's going to have all the retarder mixed into it won't even see its way out the end of the boom. So we're in good shape here. This is where we want to be. I do wish this was a little bit lower while we're sitting waiting right now, but it's okay. It is what it is at this point. Last little bit here, we're just going to pump this hopper down nice and low while we wait for them to scratch this out and see if they need more. You can see the pressures have jumped up a little bit. Stuff stiffened up in the lines a bit. We're running about 50 to 55 bar, which is still well below the threshold of the machine. So I'm going to take this down and then I can knock all these sides in here, and we'll wait and see if they need more to finish. Handy stick. Knock all this stuff in. Some corners in. So, come around to the other side. Yeah, just give me 1 sec. I'm just knocking the sides of the hopper in. 1 sec. Okay, so I'll take some from you now. We'll just try and keep it like just at the tips of the auger paddles if possible, as low as we can. 1 sec here. Pump on. About a meter here, and then it gets wet. We get into the retarded stuff. A meter should be lots, right? You think what's in the pump? I got about a meter of dry stuff. That should be more than sufficient for those stairs, correct?
Yeah, I would think so.
Perfect, right on. I do not want them getting the wet stuff into the pour area because it will not be super workable for anything other than the pool bottom. But based on my calculations, we should have more than enough in the boom to finish off what they have left to do up there. So we're good. All right, so we are on the home stretch here. They're just scratching out the last little bit of concrete in there, seeing if they need a couple more wheelbarrows or not. What I'm going to do when I'm done here, I'll break off, I'll come back to the hopper, and I will cycle through the 3-inch hose at a high rate of speed I should say, as such to break down any buildup that might potentially be in my S-valve, in my deck pipe, boom elbows, whatever it may be. So just one little extra precautionary step. I can't say for certain if it actually does anything or not. It's just something I was once trained to do, so I do it. And yeah, it seems to be working, so I will keep doing what works. So anyhow, I'll just check back in here when we're recycling this stuff and recirculating, I should say. And yeah, there we go. It was an experienced boot. Yeah, sure got dry on this end. The wet stuff and halfway through the pump, so we'll be fine. Okay, oh, we got our handy dandy all right, I'll take her away.
I'm gonna take my line back. You guys can keep your reducer.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Take our reducer and we're going home.
Is this mine? Oh, that's a nice clamp. That looks like mine.
I told them to take the one that was most distinctively our clamp so that it wouldn't end up becoming your clamp.
That's right.
You wouldn't like it. It's too fancy. Back, I will pull the lid off. And I'll rinse all this shit in. Can you take it right out, Thomas? Yeah, thanks. I'll get right under there. Bentonite doing its thing. Pull this off. Lift this up. Get all this buildup in there. Knock it all down. See the bentonite there? Nothing sticks. It peels right off of the water. Like so. Magic. It's a magical bentonite powder. See, I told you it would work. You lift up your poly there and I'll get all that. And try not to spray you. Yeah. sponge back and we have an easy washout. Everything in here is nice and clean. Let that water mix up with whatever concrete is in the boom and we're good. We'll spray from this side maybe. Just to be extra sure. There we go. Bring the lid back. Give it a little bit of love. Something like that. Beautiful. All right, we'll do lid on, lid down, pin down, sponges, go. Actually, before we put the lid down, I'll come back and maybe drain this. Actually, or leave that out for now because I'm gonna flip that up again, I think. Yeah, we'll throw this on for now because as soon as I stroke back, it's gonna pop a little bit. We'll go pop. Leave that on, Thomas, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I always leave it buttoned up there. Yeah.
Leave the cog for the
Yeah.
pin.
Oh, sorry, you're taking the clip off, so I thought you were pulling the pin out. It's my PTSD from so many guys removing it every time. I fucking hate that. All right, so here we are back at the yard washing out. I've done the first half of this hopper. Look at that, nothing more than water pressure. And just in case you don't believe me, I'll switch the tube over, take my hose over to the other side, and I will wash that one out in real time. Uno momento while I reboot my remote. Switch this tube over here. Like that. Strap the camera. Actually, you know what? I'll hold the camera in my hand. Watch this. Bentonite, do your thing. Normally with shotcrete, you would never get a washout this easy. This stuff just sticks to the hopper walls like glue. You can see how the bentonite kind of holds it there like that. And then the water just takes it away. Even up in the corners here. Oh, They're getting wild now. See what it does? That little layer of mud right there. That's basically what's saving my bacon here in the washout. And then we'll come around to that elusive area under the S-tube where I like to put a bucket of dirt, but today I could not locate any dirt. Watch this. Oh, we're getting crazy. So anyhow, you get my point. It works really, really well. So, I think we'll end the video off about there today. Yeah, as far as pumping shotcrete through a boom, it's definitely challenging, but not difficult as long as you stay 3 steps ahead of everything. Stay on top of the slumps, prep your hopper accordingly. When you're done your washout, especially after pumping shotcrete, grease the heck out of everything. It's got so much fines in it, and you're pumping at such a high pressure, it tends to grout up all your seals right around the auger shafts, S-tube seals, everything else. Pump tons of grease through it to push all that stuff out at day's end. But it can be done. You just got to do the little bit wetter slump than normal. Don't go through more than a couple 100 feet of hose would be my recommendation. We have done more, but not ideal. And yeah, that is about it. Another successful pour in the books. So it's that time. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Just like it, share it, and subscribe to it, would you? I really need the subscribers. Trying to hit 1,000 here. We're getting close. As of today, we're at 870. So we're getting there. Appreciate all you viewing and commenting. And yeah, have yourselves a great day. Over and out.